wanted to start off by saying that all I can ever offer are just my thoughts, not solutions. Because a lot of the times when you present people with solutions, they don't implement them, because you kind of have to come to certain realizations on your own for it to click on a personal level for you before you can actually go ahead and act a certain solution out. And so I rather just share my ideas, and if some of those thoughts happen to resonate with you and they provide you with a potential solution or guide you somewhere beneficial, then great. I have a tendency to say that everything is a matter of perspective because I believe it is. It's all in the mind. But it's still very real. And the other day, for instance, I was wearing the anxiety very much so, because I said the expectations are everywhere. They're on the mirror, they're on my screen, they're in my head. It's just everywhere. You can't escape it. And it's very easy for people, myself included, for us to say we shouldn't care so much. Oh, who cares what people think? But we do care. We do. Because we see ourselves as very real, because we see our reflection in the mirror. We are a person, we exist. So how can these expectations not affect us? We want to go somewhere, we want to do things. The thing is that at the end, we don't get to take it with us. We're all going to die. But that doesn't mean that it doesn't matter. I don't want people to think that, oh, well, what a nihilist. No, I do care. And it's very complicated, because part of the whole human experience is to experience every single emotion as deeply as possible. And part of that means that we get to experience frustration, impatience, anxiety, depression, stress. But it also means that we get to experience the positive ones too, right? We get to experience love, joy, laughter. Laughter is really interesting to me. How do you explain laughter? Like, what happens? Like, of course, somebody can probably explain to me the mechanics, but behind that, what tickles you in your brain that makes you want to laugh? Laughter is very interesting to me. It's like, ha, 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 and then we can make these sounds. Anyway, So we do all these things throughout our lives. We go over obstacles, we achieve things, just for all of it to collapse at the end. We go through our entire lives building ourselves, putting so much effort into us and this and that, just for all of it to be destroyed at the end. But it's all very meaningful. That's the whole point. It's very important to us. It's worth it, I guess. But then we complain. It's like, it's worth it, but we cry and moan. And so, but again, that's part of being human. That's just how insane we are. Just, so what do you want? You want to have just the good parts without the bad parts. That's just how we want it. Oh, we want the stress, just not too much stress. There's no such thing. There is no such thing. We can't have it all. I've tried it in several areas of my life. Throughout my life, you cannot have it all. Once you gain something, it lacks in other areas that you once had over here. It's just not. You're not going to have it all. You can't. And you can't hold on to everything. You have to let it go. Part of that requires that I let go of voices in my head. You know, one time I saw in a mushroom trip, I saw something very interesting that I've been meaning to share with everybody. I saw pieces of clothing just being shown to me, like in hangers, just passing by, slowly, not rapidly. And I knew that each piece of clothing represented an event, an emotion, mostly emotions. And so I saw how, for instance, there was a scarf, and you put the scarf on you, and maybe let's say that that scarf represented anxiety, and we put the scarf on so much that it's like, that it's suffocating us because we're wearing the anxiety, the scarf, we're wearing it and we're choking ourselves so much with that scarf. When we could just like take off the scarf, put it back. I mean, you don't have to do that to yourself. It really shifted my perspective. It really helps. Even if I feel the anxiety, even if I'm crying with depression, I can see it. I can now see it as I'm wearing the depression. I'm wearing the outfit that is for depression. And why can't I freaking take it off? Like, it's so hard to take it off. I visualize it as I'm crying, and it definitely helps. And even if I'm sharing that with you right now, it may not necessarily have the same impact on you because you have to see it for yourself. But hey, hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully you don't have to experience it for it to sink in and click for you the same way that it did for me. Very, very helpful. Just wearing the depression, wearing the anxiety, wearing the stress, wearing the trauma, wearing the love. I might not go as far as to say wearing the love, but maybe it depends on what type of love. Conditional love is definitely something we wear. Unconditional love, I think, is something much more complicated. Unfortunately, we don't give that out. We don't know how without becoming self-absorbed. That is the aim, to practice unconditional love no matter who it is. No matter who it is. Even the people you don't like. Even the people that have hurt you. You have to practice to love them no matter what. It's so hard. It's so hard. And you think, well, I mean, if you love them no matter what, it just opens you up for them to hurt you more. They're going to see you as a pushover. No, not necessarily. You can still say no to them with love. You can say no, and when you tell them no, it's not going to be delivered to them with I'm going to get very spiritual right here. When you say no to someone out of a place of anger or bitterness, you're kind of sending that no with a certain vibration, and it can really affect them and yourself because you're the one that generated that vibration to begin with. And so, but if you send it with even just indifference, like non-bias, nothing, no feelings, that might be slightly better. But if you can send it with love, you're sending it and it's not going to affect you or them. It's just a simple no with just love in the background, and that can't be detrimental for anybody involved because of the way it was said. Some people think that, for instance, that gurus shouldn't get mad because they're all enlightened and everything. No, but they can. They're just doing it from a different place. And because they're doing it from a different place, they absolutely can. They're human. I mean, you can't stop living the human experience. You just do it all from a different place. That's it. And I'm not saying I'm enlightened at all, or that I'm any sort of guru. I'm just here to repeat what has been said by the other people. I am an activist in what's the word I'm looking for? In reminders. Yes. Anyway, so that's all I wanted to share. Again, no solutions, no main point, just ideas flowing. I hope that helps. I'll talk to you guys soon, hopefully.